Jeremy Doku taking centre stage for Manchester City.
Can you imagine being so electrifying on the pitch that world-class defenders dread seeing you run at them? That's Jeremy Doku in the 2024-25 Premier League. He's gone from a raw, sometimes erratic prospect to the absolute heartbeat of Manchester City's wing play, transforming how the champions attack, destroy defenses, and set the standard for dynamic football in England. Let's freeze that incredible moment against Liverpool, the team Pep Guardiola's City so often measures themselves against. 6th minute, Doku latches onto a slick through ball, blazes past his marker, and drops his steely gaze on the box. Within seconds, he's chopped the ball inside and drawn a rash challenge for an early penalty. No fear, just intent. Later in the game, he spins, skips past another helpless defender, and arrows one into the top corner. A goal that drones around the Etihad for days. These moments aren't accidents. They're the result of a profound transformation, a tactical revelation, plus an inner belief, hard-earned from his rough Premier League baptism 1 year prior. It sounds wild, but rewind to last season, and Doku's name wasn't anywhere near the list of City's must-start wingers. In fact, many questioned if his dribbling-heavy style would ever fit Guardiola's precise, total football ideal. There were flashes of brilliance, but just as many heavy touches, lost duels, and bursts that led nowhere. Consistency? Not yet. Goals? Rare. He'd finish his debut season with more questions than answers. Could this rough diamond be polished into a City superstar? Or would he drift to the periphery, overshadowed by experienced heads like Grealish and Foden? Fast forward to November 2024, and now it's Doku's picture you see looming behind every stat about City's dominance from the flanks. He leads Pep's side in successful dribbles by a jaw-dropping margin. Box to box, his acceleration bends games to his will. He's delivered 9 crucial Premier League goal involvements in less than 15 appearances, 5 direct strikes and 4 assists, and that tally's only rising. Against Liverpool, he didn't just contribute, he orchestrated chaos. 11 touches in the opposition box, a team high, 7 dribbles completed, and 11 duels won. In a league packed with fearsome athletic specimens, Doku has announced himself as a one-man storm. Still, it's not just the highlight reel tricks that set Doku apart now. It's his confidence and understanding of when to go, when to wait, and how to integrate into City's relentless positional play. Listen to him after a transformative display. When we're playing well, it's difficult to stand next to us. Not me, us. Pep's made sure of it. Gone are the soloist tendencies who try to beat 5 men at once. In their place is a player who will burst with pace if City need a spark, but is just as likely to recycle possession smartly, drag defenders out of shape, and set up a killer 1-2. And here's a secret. He's doing it at a level that's unprecedented for someone his age at City. His 0.36 goals per 90 minutes is a career high. No City player is beating their man more consistently. He leads the entire Premier League in dribbles completed per 90 minutes. But it's not just about his movement, it's the mood he sets in the stadium. Each time Doku receives the ball, supporters move to the edge of their seats. Will this be the run where a compact defense crumbles? Will it be the feint, the dip of the shoulder, or the burst of acceleration that creates another City opening? Maybe you think this is hyperbole. Here's how defenders tell the story. After the Liverpool game, pros and seasoned pundits gush that there's currently no scarier winger in a one-on-one situation, and by the eye test, it's not even close. Watch him shift his weight, a subtle pause, then a blur of limbs. City's attacking machine was always lethal, but Doku injects unpredictability. With him on the pitch, Guardiola's meticulously choreographed system suddenly has a jazz soloist improvising, making every passage more dangerous. The numbers back it up. In the Premier League's metrics-obsessed ecosystem, Doku's explosive performances are now measured by more than gut feeling. He's averaging a team-high 3 assists in the league alone and sits firmly atop City's charts for successful take-ons. When the opposition fears what comes next and believes they're powerless to prevent it, you have one of the most dangerous wingers in football. How did this meteoric rise happen so fast? It started with trust from the boss and a tactical tweak. After a rocky first season, Pep demanded more from Doku off the ball, in his positioning, and in his defensive responsibilities. The Belgian international responded with relentless film work, extra drills, and countless conversations with City's coaches. Dispossessions decreased, composure increased. He learned which risks to take and which to avoid. turning raw dribbling power into a scalpel that slices open specific spaces. His teammates notice too. Ederson, City's keeper, claimed Doku's presence changes the way we can break lines and beat the press. Now when they win possession deep, they know Doku's vertical surge is a pressure release valve, stretching the opponent's formation and creating lanes for Haaland and Foden to exploit. It was during the early weeks of this campaign that Doku truly arrived. Spectators could see it, the confidence, the decision-making, the way he'd collect the ball, pause, then explode past the first press. He'd learned to time his runs, to cut inside with calculated risk, and, crucially, to pick his head up in the final third, resulting in his volley of assists and rising goal count. Even Guardiola called him unstoppable in open field situations, and noted that his improvement defensively makes it impossible to leave him out now. This isn't just about offense. Often overlooked is Doku's new work rate. Stats reveal he's among City's leaders in pressures applied high up the pitch. The numbers might not be as sexy as dribbles or goals, but this is what makes him a must-play for Pep. He'll track, harass, and force mistakes, feeding City's terrifying transitions. It's everything Guardiola adores. A technical dribbler, yes, but also a relentless presser who buys into the collective. Look closer at his technique, and you'll understand why defenders are left flat-footed. Doku's low center of gravity, rapid-fire footwork, and deceptive shoulder shape invite commitments. By the time a defender bites, he's gone. There's finesse to his top-speed control, altering angles on the fly, using both feet interchangeably. In tight spaces, he finds a sliver of daylight where most would get shut down. And when he accelerates away, even the Premier League's fastest can't always recover. What about the psychological side? Here's where Doku shines even more. Last season's growing pains, adapting to City's intricate passing networks, the demands of tracking runners, the pressure cooker of English football, would break many young stars. Instead, Doku doubled down, investing hours in analysis. Watch his interviews now, and you'll find no hint of arrogance, only gratitude for the trust Pep and his teammates have placed in him. This humility, combined with his uncoachable confidence, makes for a player who terrifies the opposition, but fits the collective mission. Pep Guardiola's system is famously demanding. It rewards intelligence, sacrifice, and technical ability above all. Not all wingers survive his crucible. Some wilt, some stagnate. Doku's ascent is a testament to his willingness to absorb new ideas and incorporate them into an ever-expanding skill set. He's mastered when to stretch the defense wide and when to invert centrally, always asking questions of the fullback, follow me or leave me space. This season, there have been multiple games where City's plan A appears stalled. Enter Doku, a dancing, direct, dribbling menace tasked with breaking the deadlock. Time and again, he delivers, forcing defenders to backpedal and creating domino effects. The center back shifts over, the holding midfielder is pulled out of position, and suddenly a gap appears for De Bruyne, Haaland, or Foden to exploit. More than once, Doku's boldness has turned would-be draws into victories, crucial points that might define another City title race. Contrast this with his early days. At Rennes in League One, Doku was famed for unpredictability, a head-down, dribble-at-all-costs approach that yielded as many wild shots as eye-popping moments. Scouts marveled at the raw tools, but would he ever add end product? At City, he's done exactly that. No more wild blasts into row Z. Now his shot selection is precise, his final pass measured. His 9 goal involvements before December already eclipsed previous year's tallies. And his impact in big games, especially against Liverpool, is proof of what happens when talent meets system and belief. The chemistry with his fellow attackers has blossomed as well. Haaland, who thrives on early deliveries and quick counterpunches, is fed more often via Doku's cutbacks and chips. Foden, swapping flanks or drifting central, finds space whenever Doku fixes his man to the touchline. Even Rodri benefits, able to dominate midfield while knowing Doku's pace offers a constant escape route. The interplays are getting slicker, more automatic, and City's attack, previously criticized for sometimes being too predictable, has discovered a new gear. Don't overlook his defensive growth. In City's pressing scheme, wingers can't hide. Doku's newfound discipline, anticipating passes and covering ground on the flank, makes him so much more than a one-phase superstar. Multiple times this season, he's bailed out defenders with last-ditch recoveries or pressure that leads to turnovers. This two-way play is why Pep now trusts him in the biggest fixtures. Let's talk numbers again, because for as much as Doku's play dazzles visually, His statistical profile is even more remarkable. He's producing 0.36 goals per 90 minutes, a career high, and among the best at City, leading in dribble completion rate not just for his club, but for the entire league, means that when the ball gets to his feet, good things almost always happen. In the Liverpool clash, registering 11 touches in the opposition box and a team-high 7 successful dribbles, he showed the engine that keeps City's attack humming. What does this all mean for City's ambitions? Quite simply, Doku has become the X factor, the unpredictable weapon in a squad that once looked content with mechanical domination. He brings chaos, controlled, efficient chaos, that changes the tone of City's possession play. He's proof that, even in Guardiola's highly structured system, there's room for individual improvisation, as long as it serves the collective. Yet perhaps Doku's finest asset is his belief. When asked how City keep raising their levels, his answer is as direct as his playing style. When we're playing well, it's difficult to stand next to us. He doesn't flinch under pressure, doesn't wilt when marked tightly, and he understands the burden that comes with wearing City blue. His journey from a difficult acclimatization to an indispensable attacking force is a lesson in persistence, one young players everywhere would do well to study. Doku's story isn't about a sudden, miraculous improvement. It's about incremental gains, the result of hours spent watching film, practicing end product, absorbing Guardiola's tactical lectures, and building chemistry with teammates. Every failed dribble last year paved the way for the devastating accuracy you see now. And if you're a City supporter, it's impossible not to get excited about what comes next. Doku's ceiling feels uncapped. Yes, there will be off days. Every electric winger experiences dry spells. But the skill set, mentality, and system all point toward continued growth. City's pursuit of trophies, in England and Europe, just got a lot more dynamic with a new face driving them forward on the left. So the next time Doku picks up the ball in space and turns on the jets, recognize you're not watching just another flashy talent. You're witnessing a transformation, a dribbler honed by setbacks, a system player unlocked by trust, and one of the Premier League's most feared attackers breaking new ground with each touch. In the process, he's not just winning matches. He's changing the culture of what it means to play on the wing at Manchester City. One season can be all it takes for a player to go from doubted to dominant. Jeremy Doku's 2024 to 2025 campaign is already a blueprint for how it's done, and he's just getting started.